hello, kitties. This is yours truly, the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio with the host Mikey Bones, Rob Humphrey, and Kat Valor. Hello, lady and gentlemen. How art thou?
What's going on?
Whoa, fancy.
I kind of like that. How art there? That's kind of nice.
How art thou?
Well,
Yeah.
just calm down.
Well, what if I threw an oi in there?
No.
How art thou, oi? No?
No. I'll say
All right.
I'm against it.
I figured I'd try. Happy New Year, everybody. We're officially in the new year. We start the new year off strong. We are joined by David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown from Terrifier 1, 2, and 3. We've been talking a lot of Terrifier stuff lately, especially Terrifier 3 just came out a few months ago, and it's now Christmas time, so it's like it kind of made its second wave because it being a Christmas movie. And I am very excited for everybody to hear our discussion with him. Later on in the show, we will be talking about our top 5 horror movies from 2024. Sorry, I'm fucking with all kinds of stuff here. I'm fidgeting. And we also have some mailbag stuff to get to, and then we're going to get the hell up out of here. That's going to go tonight.
Nice.
Hell of a deal.
I approve.
Drink roll call as well.
Yeah, we have to do that.
So you guys want to, because I'm kind of excited. I'm sick right now, so I'm toughing through the best that I can. I am fighting fire with fire, though. I'm going to kick off drink roll call real quick.
Okay.
Fighting fire with fire, and I am drinking cut water.
Oh,
Yeah,
bold choice.
I know. So because I was having a few friends, and we were having some drinks, and they were, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm going to drink too. And I got the show, and it's kind of like this episode's coming out right after New Year's Eve, and I got to have something. Like, I'm sick as shit, but I can't just be a wet blanket. So I'm going to go and I'm going to fight fire with fire. And I got the Long Island iced tea cut water. Hell of a deal.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a wet blanket.
God damn it, Robert.
I kind of forgot about the show. And so I've just been sitting here drinking Diet Pepsi, and that's what I've got. Well, I don't know. I can't be expected to remember everything, Mikey.
It's every week. Like, it's not like I just sprung up on you. It's every fucking week.
I'm a very busy man.
Clearly. What are you drinking?
I am drinking another Dirty Dr. Pepper.
What was that again?
It is grenadine and vodka and Dr. Pepper. It is really good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm drinking this all the time. I had plans to stop at a liquor store today and see if I could get some champagne. First of all, because I'm always excited to drink champagne. And second of all, because this is our New Year's episode. But I did not have time after the movies, which we'll talk about. This was what I had on hand. So it sounded good.
Yeah.
I've got all kinds of stuff on hand because we do this show. Sometimes you just want to have a drink that you want, Yeah.
And I would, like, if I'm hanging out like on Discord or whatever and someone's having a drink, they're like, oh, you don't just have anything that you can drink. I'm like, look, I have stuff that I can drink. It's just drink roll call graveyard is usually the stuff you don't want to drink. So I have stuff. But
You got any of those baby Jesus beers left?
I do.
You've had those for a long time.
I'm going to have them for a long time. Actually, I don't know if I threw those. No, I kept at least one. I might have thrown the rest away. I definitely have at least one. A friend of mine was saying that they wanted to try some peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I've heard of it.
Familiar at all?
I've heard of it. I mean, I wouldn't try it.
Yeah, no.
Well, if I was at a bar with a friend and they ordered a round of peanut butter whiskey shots, I would do it.
Right.
Like, I'm not going out of my way to try that. Yeah.
You're not going to buy a bottle. So, yeah, and I told him it was a bad idea. The bottle ended up being expensive. We ran to the liquor store. It was too much money. He didn't get it. He said he dodged a bullet, though, man, because I told him about the Sweet Baby Jesuses.
Yeah.
A past drink roll call. It was like that chocolate peanut butter beer was absolutely awful.
Yeah. Yeah. Mixing that with whiskey, I don't know.
Yeah, it can't be good. But in drink-related news, I did get a bottle of Patron for New Year's Eve.
Oh, nice. I don't know how much I've got left. How much Patron I've got left. I don't know if I got enough to carry me through New Year's Eve.
And it's something I've never heard before. It's like Cristanello and Jetto. I don't know what this is, but it's like a new Patron, and I'm all in. The bottle's fancy. I'm going to fuck that thing up in a couple days. So,
well, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
We'll see. You put some Sprite in it, it can't be bad. It's going to do its job at the end of the day.
What if that's just Patron's way of saying peanut butter flavored beef?
Yeah, did you not know that's German for peanut butter?
I'd be so upset. You don't understand. I did finish my first can of Cutwater Long Island iced tea, and I just cracked open the second.
You going for the record?
No, I might die.
Hey, it will clear your system out, man.
That's a hell of a way to look at it. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no, I'm fighting fire with fire, though, is my thing. I say, you know what? I'm going to just double down, and whatever happens, happens here.
All right.
I'm not smoking, though. I'm not going to poke the bear all too much. So I'm just hanging out with my Long Island iced tea. All right. So we do have a text message. Well, we actually have a voicemail. We have some mailbag stuff. Comments in the Patreon. We had a text message voicemail segment that all text messages read by Ghostface, but it's kind of turned into a mailbag recently because the patrons have been commenting on stuff on the Patreon, and that's great for us. So now we have a mailbag segment also kind of hosted by Ghostface, I guess one could say. 917-397-KILL. That's a 915-455. You can leave a text message or voicemail for the show, or you can also sign up for Patreon. And because you can't comment on episodes on Spotify or whatever you're listening to on. So if you sign up for the Patreon, it gives you that ability as well. Or you can leave a text message, voicemail. You can do that also. Hold on. Let me get this rolling.
Hello, hosts and listeners. Ghostface here with new messages from the mailbag. First up is a voicemail from Darth Gregor, which means we are heading to Greg's Hot Take Corner.
Hello, Michael. Hello, Robert. The cat. It is I, Darth Gregor, back with another series of hot takes. I know it's been a while because I've been working these up, but I will say, when you do invite me on for the hot takes episode, please have that wheel ready because you're going to spin the wheel. I'm going to make the deal and give you a hot take about what movie or character you have on that wheel. Since I called in about hot takes, here we go. Morty from Leprechaun 2 is the best death in the Leprechaun branch. I did a tournament. I would know. Number 2, Beetlejuice is better than the 2024 version of Speak No Evil. 31 is better than John Carpenter's Halloween. Number 4, Phantasm is better than Hereditary. And number 5, The Thing from 1982 is better than The Exorcist. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed a couple of those. What was better than The Exorcist?
The Thing. That's not true. Rob.
I would have to consult my list.
There ain't no way.
I agree with a couple of those, though. Phantasm is better than Hereditary.
That is false. Phantasm's not better than anything. It's not a good movie.
And also, Beetlejuice might be better than Speak No Evil. I haven't seen Beetlejuice yet, full disclaimer, but it's a low bar to clear.
I can confirm that Beetlejuice is better than the Speak No Evil remake. As a matter of fact, I have the Speak No Evil remake listed as the worst movie of...
God damn.
It's not my worst, but it is in my bottom 5. I almost requested we do a bottom 5 movies instead, because I have some really hot takes that crept down into that list. But
The Exorcist is the 3rd best horror movie of all time. The Thing is the 4th best horror movie of all time. So I'm sorry, Greg, you were off by one spot.
No, it's not that close.
Oh,
I said it. Not that close.
no one asked me, so I'm not going to have to unpack my feelings about this live on the show.
This is the big one, though. Did he really say, I'm sick? Did he really say that 31 by Rob fucking Zombie is better than John Carpenter's Halloween? Not Rob Zombie's Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween.
That is the thing he said, yeah.
That's just,
holy shit.
You can't, it's like trying to reason with the Joker. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make sense of, there's just nothing I can do. Like, if you say that, there's nothing I can do. You know, like, you just can't help that person.
I defend Rob Zombie more than any of us on this show. There's no fun. Like, 31 sucked.
It's a bad movie.
It's a horrible movie.
Mikey does defend Rob Zombie more than anyone on the show. I will venture a guess that I defend 31 more than anyone on the show.
You defended it all. That is true.
I will say not
true.
that I defend it often, but I don't think it's Rob Zombie's worst movie. So
It has to be.
that's kind of a defense, I guess.
It's one of the, it's probably off the top of my head, top 20 worst. Absolutely top 50 worst horror movies I've ever seen. I don't like 31.
I've seen a lot of movies worse than that.
I'm trying to think of what Rob Zombie movie I like less than 31, and I'm not coming up with anything.
If anyone cares, I like 3 from Hell less than 31. I really don't like 3 from Hell.
3 from Hell's bad.
It's not bad. It's a good movie. It is definitely better than 31. Rob, right? No.
It's better than 31, but it's still bad.
All right. Come on, Cat. That's lunacy.
I stand by that.
Jesus Christ.
And to that end, I will defend 31 more than anyone on this podcast, but I couldn't get there with it. I'm not even going to get close to that.
Better than John Carpenter's Halloween.
Better than the second best horror movie of all time. A perfect film, John Carpenter's Halloween.
Holy shit. That might be his biggest hot take of all time.
That one's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Wow. I might tweet that. I might tweet and say, if I told you that Rob Zombie's 31 was better than John Carpenter's Halloween, what would you say to me? Just see what I might tweet that, and if I get a good response, we'll go through them on the show next week, because that's some shit right there.
I will say this: you might get people who agree with you, because
that's the sad part.
I follow Greg. There's been a backlash against some of these movies that I've always thought of as like just absolute all-time classics, that I'm seeing that a lot of younger people specifically don't like. John Carpenter's Halloween. They don't like The Exorcist. Yeah, there's this weird backlash against some of these classic movies for some reason. I've heard people dog Texas Chainsaw Massacre lately.
Whoa,
like, it's just weird.
As somebody say, and I can't remember exactly where it started, because I tuned out of that conversation real quick, and it was on Discord, and I could tell that this gentleman was younger, and he said, I forget, we were talking about horror movies, and he said something about Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. And he alluded to it being boring and just like pretty much bad and overrated. And my first thing to him was, I said, do you like the Conjuring movies? He went, yeah, those are really good. I said, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I stopped talking to him about the whole thing.
That's where it always starts with a lot of them. It's boring. They find these movies boring. Like Our Life in Horror. Sam, she watched Alien for the first time. She said it was boring. She didn't like it.
Jesus Christ. Is that Friday the 13th, girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I like Sam too. We interact every now and then. It's usually to bust your balls, which is nice. Yeah. I like Sam a lot, but she needs to fix that Friday the 13th thing.
They just opened a merch store, and I told her she should sell a shirt in there that just says, I like bad movies.
That's really good. Also, if we ever open a merch store, we're going to have to put your face on a shirt, and that's what the tag's going to be. Like bad movies.
I will have you know that the Rob's Face line was at one point the best-selling line of Slasher Radio merch.
Yeah.
Sure
that
was
a hell of a time. But yeah, no, I just tune out, man. Like, and it might be like I am the old man telling people to get off my lawn. I get it, but I don't know. It's just something about pacing in movies today where I can sit and watch a movie. We've done them on the show plenty of times. Movies I don't like. Misery. I hated watching that movie, but I was able to sit there and actually appreciate certain things and dissect it for what was in front of me and what they did in the film. I feel like a lot of people who just label these movies boring, they're not, like, you're not giving it a chance.
Right.
And that's just not fair.
Yeah. And that's Greg's problem. Greg's been hanging out on TikTok, and now he's like one of these TikTok kids.
Is Greg woke? Holy shit. He's going to get so mad.
Yeah. You got to count down the days, though, on TikTok.
Apparently not. I don't know.
I don't know. They seem like they're trying to pull that back, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Darth Gregor on TikTok as long as you can, though. Go check him out. Horror Movie Lives every Saturday nights, yeah. All right, let's go back to Ghostface because we have more stuff in the mailbag.
Holy shit. What is wrong with that guy? Have his number blocked, or you three will be the ones to pay if I have to listen to craziness like that again. The next message is from the Patreon and also from Darth Gregor, commenting on the recent Terrifier 3 episode. Greg writes, Trashifier 1, 2, 3 are all garbage. Those Portnoys are way too high. They should all be around 1.5 to 3 at most.
Yeah, that's good timing for that comment, Greg. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I think, I don't want to really put words in his mouth, but I was on his live today, and I believe he liked 3 more than the other ones, but he still doesn't like it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I told him I thought 3 was the best of the trilogy. I think that it's, an okay movie.
Right. I love all these movies, all 3 of them, especially the second one. I like the third one a lot. We'll be getting to our top movies of 2024 later in the episode. I will also be hearing from Art the Clown, David Howard Thornton shortly. So again, Greg, thank you for the timing of this comment. But you know what? Honestly, we're careful, and I forget what it was that we didn't want to do around certain time of talking to someone. I forget what it was, but we try and be careful when we talk to certain people who are involved with production of these movies and whatever else. And we try and be careful because we're always going to be honest at the end of the day. But we try and be careful with the timing of putting things out. So, just level of respect to our guests. And, we do appreciate them coming on. And we always want to handle them with care and make them feel welcomed and returning and all those things. I feel like, especially David, but just the Terrifier crew in general, they don't give a fuck. They like that there's that kind of debate where I feel like they want people to hate them more than they want people to like them.
Oh, that explains a lot about Terrifier 3.
Yeah, about all of them.
I also think so I am the harshest critic of the movies on the show. They don't need me. You know what I mean? They're doing fine.
Fuck.
The truth is they've got me no matter what. Because as much as I've complained about these 3 movies, when the 4th one comes out, I'll be there to see it probably opening night.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and it's interesting. I don't like these movies, but they have created something that does make me want to go back and see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I like the characters. I like Sienna. I like Jonathan. I like Art the Clown. It's just, so they've created something interesting. I just wish they'd make a really great movie with it.
And Greg will watch the 4th one too. Begrudgingly, he'll be a miserable prick the whole time, sure, but he's gonna watch the motherfucker. So yeah, that's part of what I love about them so much, man. Their attitude towards everything is great. Even when we talked to David, not spoil too much of the conversation, but they were thrilled when they got the reaction they got with the opening scene when the trailer came out and everything. That's what they wanted. They want people to hate them. Because guess what? If you hate them, you're going to talk about them. And they go, we're talking about them right now. Greg hates these movies. He went out of his way to comment about this stuff. I mean, and that's also, I always say, the beauty of horror in general. So, Greg, you're wrong to pretty much sum all that up. Long story short. More stuff from the mailbag.
The next message is again from Darth Gregor on the Patreon, commenting on the Christmas movie bracket episode, which was a Patreon exclusive. Greg writes, a few things. 1. Fresh mozzarella is the best Italian cheese too. Ricotta is delicious, and I eat it straight out the container. 3. How are you going to call this a Christmas horror movie bracket when you don't talk about Christmas horror movies? 4. The Blair Witch Project is absolute trash. 5. I still say that you, Mikey, should be forced to watch more Ring Grudge movies.
Okay.
All right, what the
That's
hell's
a
happening
slippery
here?
slope.
Greg is commenting, I made a little bit of a whoopsie whoops when I was uploading the Patreon show. We did a bracket for Patreon last week at patreon.com/radio. You get an extra song every week.
I forgot about this.
Yeah. And I forgot about it as well. And the last time we did a bracket on Patreon was when we did the Italian cheese.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
the
you guys
cheese
very
bracket.
much for that.
Yeah.
When I uploaded it, when I was exporting it, even before that, I didn't think we had a bracket folder to put in there. So I created a folder bracket, but we already had a folder named bracket. So that was what the cheese one was in. So when I was uploading it and very sick and trying to get all this shit done, I uploaded the wrong one. Thank you, Tasha, for yelling at me on Discord. You could have been nicer about it. She pointed it out. I did fix it. I think I fixed it.
Oh, was the first time really hearing of it because
Yeah. And the name said, holiday bracket and, all this stuff. So, but yeah, you guys, I don't know how you sleep at night. Shame on the bowl. That's crazy.
That better on Silent Night for sure, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fixed. All right. So that is fixed. Wonderful thing. Yeah, that was my bad. So Greg's yelling at us about the fucking shit. Greg, you yelled at us about the cheeses already. You're going to do it again.
All right.
All right. Next thing on the message in the mailbag.
The next message is from one of the Better Page 3 episode on the Patreon. Carly says, I also have been drinking Diet Pepsi and spiced rum all throughout the holidays. If it makes you feel better about my Terrifier opinion, I also think David Howard Thornton gives an awesome performance. He's awesome. I know you think I agree with when it comes down to it. I'm just more outspoken on the things I agree with.
Wow.
Well, excellent drink choice, Carly. Also, there's no such thing as agreeing with me too much.
Well, okay. I actually don't have a lot of room to speak. I have a prediction of these lists coming up. But generally, I think Rob can be agreed with too much.
I believe that Kat and I are going to have probably 4 of the same. I think
4 out of 5.
5. And the order will be a little different. The lists are going to be very similar.
We haven't corroborated on lists, so I don't know. But my prediction is 4 out of 5, just based off of what movies you've talked about the most this year.
Yeah, I don't know, Carly, why you think jumping out of the frying pan into the fryer from agreeing with Rob to agreeing with Kat is going to win you any points here.
I have great takes.
Both wrong. No, that's not true. They both have terrible takes. I am the correct view. I mean, everybody knows this.
I was going to say, that's the important thing, Carly. As long as you don't agree with Mikey.
Son of a bitch. But no, you can definitely agree with Rob too much. And that's the thing. Like on Twitter, I mean, maybe that's the thing that's talked about the most. I don't know. Like it just so happens to be. But yeah, Carly agrees with Rob a lot on Twitter. And I'm just like, damn it, man. Like I want to love Carly so much. And I do. But she's like, every time I say something on Twitter, she's disagreeing with me and agreeing with Rob. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I actually seen this comment and I read it and I was like, gee, I agree with Captain. I'm like, damn, well, that's not any better.
It's definitely better.
Yeah.
We're splitting hairs.
It's a downgrade.
God damn it. All right. We got a couple more comments in the mailbag.
The next 2 comments are from Patreon commenting on last week's episode, dismented saying, Rig judges consisting of Chris.
God damn it. I told you guys they weren't going to be happy about this.
Chris is mad because we whooped his ass.
We won by 0.1.
We stomped his ass in the Christmas and he's mad about it.
But this has been brought up by several listeners, but patrons. We didn't go by a review, like a score for any of the other ones. So that's why they're mad here.
Well,
we can do like a majority vote if you want. I vote for the brain.
Yeah, I vote for the brain.
But you guys are wrong.
We voted.
You also voted fucking Jack Frost for that atrocity. That was a bracket of Christmas horror movies last week.
Can I wait? Hold on. Hang on. Can I vote for Jack Frost for the Christmas? Because that might put us at a pretty tie.
I thought we were
I'm not
done with this. My God.
Speaking of which, I have a theory. While we're getting bleeped anyway, while Mikey has the notepad out. One thing that I will say about Robert Eggers' Nosferatu, I'm pretty sure Willem Dafoe accepted the role on the condition that he could say as many times as possible.
Hell of a deal.
He was like, I'll do it if I can be full frontal nude. And Eggers is like, no. He was like, counter offer. I can say it 4 times.
Did you see the story that he sent Nicholas Hoult the prosthetic penis that Skarsgård wore?
No. That does answer my question, though, about the Skarsgård.
Yeah, it was a prosthetic, apparently. And Nicholas Hoult said it's framed at his house.
I've never wanted to go to Nicholas Holt's house more.
Pretty funny. All right. That's the mailbag. Jesus Christ.
We have one more bit of mail.
Oh, boy.
It was sent to me privately. And I won't tell you who sent it, but I will read the comment that came with it. It's a link to an article, and it was commented on with, I need you to deliver some news to Mikey, worded exactly the same way the article is worded. Okay. This is from CBR. The Halloween movie that nearly killed the Michael Myers franchise is coming to Paramount Plus. One of the bemoaned Halloween films of all time is headed to a new streaming home. Per Paramount Plus, 2002's Halloween Resurrection will officially be joining the streaming platform's ever-expanding catalog of horror titles. This marks the addition of yet another iconic slasher to the platform's offerings, which already includes entries from the Friday the 13th and Scream franchises. It goes on to summarize the plot of Halloween Resurrection, finishing with, from there, Halloween Resurrection devolves into a takedown of both the found footage genre and internet reality shows, though not to any great success.
Why? Okay. I don't know. I don't understand the hate for this movie. Like, I truly don't.
It's bad.
I say it all the It's not bad. I say it all the time.
That nearly killed the Michael Myers franchise.
I'll tell you what. The most damning movie to the Halloween franchise is by far Halloween Ends. And I say that because
you are out of your mind.
What's it going to do? Like, the franchise is over, though. Like, I don't think that was damaging.
It was damaging because 2018 was so great. Kills, like it was a weird movie because it came out during the pandemic. People really wanted movies. It finally came out. It was mixed reviews, but people liked it all in all, overall view. And then Ends came out. Dude, that really put a halt on that. I mean, I know it was only a trilogy and Blumhouse wasn't going to do any more, but Blumhouse had already come out and said, there's going to be more Halloween movies, just we're done with it. And it's already being shopped around for someone else to do it. It has been a dead stop and people have not, people really sat there and said, all right, maybe we don't need another Michael Myers movie for a while.
It's the fourth best in the franchise, Mikey.
You're insane for that. And I stand by 5 or whatever. Those are way worse movies than Resurrection.
No,
way worse, especially 6.
If you look at my rankings, you'll find Resurrection is dead last.
Your rankings are an atrocity. We've been over this before. I don't understand it, man. There were so many movies that did some, the big ones, the big hitters, Myers, Jason, Freddy, whatever. And they tried things to kind of reinvigorate the franchise. And I don't feel like that was the worst. Is it the best movie? No, obviously not. But I feel like they took a swing for the modern time when the movie came out and I thought it was fun. They have it.
I mean, it's bad.
It's not bad. Leave that movie alone.
I will if CBR does.
I don't even know who they are, so fuck them. I have no idea who CBR is. So, I don't understand why that's relevant.
As we're recording, this news broke yesterday that Olivia Hussey died.
Yeah.
Feels like it's worth mentioning. She best known to us, I assume, as Jess in Black Christmas.
Right.
Best known to me, certainly, is Jess in Black Christmas.
Although she played Juliet, I guess, in Romeo and Juliet, which seems to be something that a lot of people know her from. Sad news to hear. I guess she'd been sick for a while. I wasn't aware of that, but it was sad.
Yeah, lots.
Yeah. She was 73.
Yeah.
Kind of youngish for today's standards.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, just not to bring the show to a grinding halt, but I thought it was worth a mention, especially given that it's, the holiday season and all.
Yeah, it's terrible. But you know what, though? As sad as it is, at least you can look at something that she gave us. Not a lot of people leave this earth with something that's so long lasting, and she did. That's amazing in itself. The fact that her performance as an actress was so good and she was an important part of such a big film. And, the production as a whole did such a great job to bring that thing to life. And that's the way you want to live life, man. Be able to be remembered for something. And she did that.
Yeah, I'll remember her performance in that film. And also I will remember her as the woman who did not know how to talk into a phone.
Rob.
Why you got to do that? That's a great thing to say.
We talked about that when we talked about the movie. It's a great movie and she's great in it.
Yes.
But kind of sad news.
Very much sad news. All right. So I got to hit my button.
I was just going to ask if it was time to lighten things up with a button.
This will put a smile on everyone's face.
Crazy idiot! Get the fuck out of here! You! Yeah, go back to turning tricks and old folk and you pain in the ass!
I'm sorry, Mikey, because it's a video today.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We've had enough audio and technical issues.
I'm sorry.
God damn it.
But listeners sent this in and I actually haven't seen it yet. I understand that this is timely. So I wanted to make sure it got played this episode.
Wonderful. I'm sick. Why am I getting one of these? I shouldn't because I'm sick. I don't get a
I'd give you a break if I hadn't heard that it was timely.
This will make you feel better.
Yeah.
I doubt that this fucking thing is timely. I doubt very much that this thing is timely. Oh shit! What did
timely.
I do? Holy shit! All right, hold on. This is bullshit.
Stop breaking the show.
Trying. Okay. Nabagoli Mystery Corner. Our listeners anonymously send an Italian music making fun of me for being Italian. Sometimes his videos take me forever to figure out on the fucking show. So yeah, there's no hard Italian here. I don't know why they do it. It's just something we do, and they're all buttholes. So here we go. I do my best to describe them on the show. The memes, the videos go up on Patreon.
Wow, here are my New Year's resolutions for 2023. This year, I'm going to try and follow them past January 3rd anyways. Okay, easy one. This year, I'm going to drink 1 glass of vino a day instead of a bottle. Okay, next one. No more pasta. Bye, except for Sugo Sundays, of course. Okay, this year, I'm also going to stop eating cake, dessert, bread, candy, flour, sugar, and chocolate. I'm only allowed at family gatherings, so basically like every Saturday. Also, I'm finally going to sign up and go to the gym. Yeah, I'm going to have a 6-pack like Cristiano Ronaldo. This year, I'm also going to stop swearing unless the person I'm talking to is acting like a fucking idiot. Then I'm allowed. It's okay. This year, I'm also going to finally find myself a Bella. I know it's on the list every year, but like this year, I'm feeling it. I don't know why. Okay, this is a good one. This year, I'm finally going to get a job, but like one where they pay me under the table for like doing stuff, you know? This year, I'm going to meditate, bro. I'm going to go to church once a week too, to talk to EyeRChris and let him guide me. Apparently, he has all the answers to my questions. I'm also going to save more money this year and stop spending it on the lottery. That shit adds up quick, fuck. Like at this point, even if I win, like I still lose, bro. Okay, me, best for last. This year, I'm going to quit smoking chicks and I'm going to start vaping. Apparently, the peach mango flavor is I think that's enough there. Anyways, if it doesn't work, I'll just try again. I'll end.
Yeah, no, that's a big no. That's a big. I don't like. This wasn't good. This wasn't even a good meme.
Okay, but I liked the hand gestures.
Yeah, I think that really sold it for me.
Okay, but we're going into 2020. We're in 2025 by the time this episode comes out.
Sure.
Aren't we past to where it's just a fucking engine? This guy had a terrible Italian accent. All they did, the only Italian things that happened here, they mentioned pasta. They played a little bit of Italian music in the background, and the guy did the capiche thing. Like, aren't we past that?
And also the mob under the table stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
and
fine.
Also, I hate to say it, Mikey. I think this one probably was sent because it's really accurate to you because of the peach mango.
Yeah, peach mango.
That mango leap was a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
Don't undersell the fact that he was wearing a tracksuit.
Oh, yeah. With the Italian flag on it.
Yeah.
Like the whole tracksuit isn't the Italian flag, but it sure is on there.
Yeah, like that one guy. Yeah, that one guy. His whole thing was fucking,
That guy was amazing.
If you could have seen my face watching that motherfucker walk down the street.
You still have that picture?
Somewhere.
Yeah. If you can find it, you should post it on Patreon just in case people
should kiss my ass. I'm not.
It was amazing.
It's been up on Patreon before. They can go back and look. It's not my job to look it up. This one's bad. Like, I'm just going to come out. So, like, if it was funny, I would say it was funny. I've said things were funny before. This one's bad. Like, even the voice, like, they could have did a better job. This guy just sounded like some jooch. Like, I don't understand what the hell is going on here.
Greg told me to ask you if you had calamari on Christmas. Is that an Italian thing?
It is an Italian thing. I am not a huge fan of calamari. I also don't know how to make it. I can only eat it because it's like squid.
Yeah.
It's like octopus. And, I mean, obviously, I don't like them. But if made properly, it is very fucking good. And it's very difficult, but you have to trick your mind into thinking it's not octopus.
Yeah, no, I've had calamari before. I just didn't know eating it on like Christmas was a thing.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know how to make it. So, yeah, I'm not going to fucking try and do that. What would that come out like? But it's good. But again, you have to trick your mind.
So I also got called out today, not for being Italian, but like, so my mom has gotten into astrology. And she had horoscopes today.
Oh, no, that's horrible news.
I know. And they were like, they were all really vague things. It was like, here's the problem with all the signs. And she was reading them out for everybody. She's like, I don't remember what hers was, but she's going through and she's like, your uncle is too focused on stuff and your father is too obsessed with social media. And then I'm not kidding you. She read like 3 pages of how I was obsessed with horror. And was like, I thought she was doing a bit at first because it just went on for so long. She's like, Scorpios will tell you that Saw's their comfort movie. And I'm like, and she's like, they just turn all the lights out and we'll put on the most disturbing stuff you've ever seen. I'm like, what is happening here? And she was laughing so hard that she couldn't breathe as she just like it kept going.
I was going to say, it sounds like your mom just had a list of complaints about him. It's the way to sort of sneak them in. Maybe that's what happened. The lead up was very believable, though, because she's been going on about astrology for like a week. And then she's just like, being spooky is a personality trait, Scorpio. And it's like, wow. Kat's mom just called her out.
But anyway, I guess we're all Scorpios on this podcast, according to the astrology complaints department.
Yeah, Rob will always tell people to watch Saw. That's 100% accurate. Yeah.
I'll tell you to watch Saw as long as I'm not around.
As long as he doesn't have to do it.
In that supermarket game that I've been playing, I think I forgot to send you guys the screenshot. They have like a little bus stop across the street. And one of the things are like they have a Jaws thing. And it's like a Jaws promo movie poster. And they replaced Jaw with Saws. And it was really funny. And I forgot to send it to you guys. Anyway. Yeah, that's the end of the gobbledygook crap. That was terrible. That was bad. Like, I was sick. I feel like that would have been a good one to skip over and have me like just knock out one.
Yeah, it was a New Year one, Mikey.
I understand it was New Year's, but it was bad.
I liked it.
Yeah, put a smile on my face. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, wonderful. All right, we're going to take a real quick break. And we're going to take you guys over to our discussion with David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown. Everybody enjoy. We'll be back on the other side of that with our top 5 horror movies from 2024.
I always feel the pressure to find the perfect gift for my relatives. In this case, whether you're sending an unforgettable gift or treating yourself to everyday perfection, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. For me, I'm not just into steaks. I like all types of meat. That's why I'll usually get the Winter's Best Seller Pack. It comes with juicy fillets, chicken breast, pork chops, and even burgers. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. A family-owned company with over 100 years of experience in the meat industry. Save big on unforgettable gifts with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and earn an extra 20% off select favorites during their cyber sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code YUM at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code YUM at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. Go to omahasteaks.com to get 50% off site-wide plus an extra 20% off select favorites and more limited time deals during their cyber sale. And use promo code YUM at checkout for an extra $35 off. Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details. A big thanks to our advertiser, Omaha Steaks.
Thanks for hopping back on, man. We appreciate it very, very much.
Oh, no problem, guys. Glad we could finally make it work.
All right, I know everybody wants to talk about Terrifier and all that stuff, and believe me, we'll get to it. But I didn't feel it would be right, especially this time of year that we're talking, because in between the last time we talked, The Mean One came out.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Like, we covered it on the show. A lot of our listeners, like, it was I think it was voted on, guys, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was a Patreon pick.
Yeah, so they wanted to hear us talk about it. And I thought the movie was off the wall. It was wacky. You were an incredible, I don't know if we can say Grinch, but, you know. What was it like going through that What was it like going through that process for that film?
Oh, that was fun. That's it's a story that's near and dear to my heart anyway. I mean, going all the way back to my childhood, because, that's the first truly American Christmas story that's, created by Americans,
Right.
Yeah.
And I also toured with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical, for 5 years. I understudied the Grinch of that. Our Grinch was Stephen Carl, who was one of my big inspirations for art as well. So it was just, I guess, it was nice to be able to return to that character in a fun, different way. So I really had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, that thing was a good time. I absolutely loved it. But you have something kind of along those lines coming out, and that's Screamboat.
Yeah.
I mean, you just keep landing these iconic roles of these characters, you know, and it's crazy that you're slipping into that. What's that like? I know you can't talk too much about it. I think it comes out next month, right?
Yeah, it comes out next month, and I think late January. I don't know the exact date right off the top of my head.
Okay. Yeah, we're in the world of the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honeys, and the Peter Pan movie coming out, and all these things. Mm-hmm. What's it like getting into that world? Because it's kind of created its own universe, and also you get to play, for copyright term, Screamboat Willie. How do you get into that?
Well, it's the same director that directed me in the Mean One, and he had this idea for it, and he knew last year, the rights to Willie were going to become public domain, and he's like, "Hey, let's swoop in and tackle this thing." And he didn't want to do what some of these other ones have done, where it's just a guy wearing a rubber mask, and that's it. That's the only reference to the source material.
Right.
And he's like, no, let's actually do a real story with a mouse going around on a boat killing people. And there's a whole reason for it in this movie, which I love. It's just like, cause at first, like when you told me the idea, I said, oh, that sounds fun. And then I read the script and I was like, oh, wow, this is actually a really good story. This actually has a whole point. Everything, there's a purpose to everything that happens in it. And it's like, this is fantastic. And being a Disney fanboy myself, I really loved it because there's so many Disney references throughout it, not just Disney characters or movies, but to the company itself and the fan base around the company. So there's so many inside jokes in it, right. And it's such a fun movie. It's like it's like, I wouldn't necessarily just call it a horror movie. It's kind of like how the Mean One was like a horror comedy.
Yeah.
You have such an interesting skill set in that you can bring these characters to life. Do you ever just shake your head, though, and go, can't I just play a dude?
I don't want to just play a dude. Just playing a dude seems boring to me. I like playing fun with top characters and stuff. I had my agent recently sent me an audition notice for this other film, and it was just for a role that I seemed like me at all. It just seemed like such a very bland, everyday guy. Plus, my schedule just wasn't going to allow for it anyway. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, that's just not my type of role. I just don't want to play just some buttoned up collared blah kind of character. I like playing the big, over the top characters and stuff like that. Especially if it's comedy. I love going as crazy as I can with things.
Yeah. Well, you're certainly very good at it.
Yeah, I can't imagine being the director that cast you as just a guy.
Oh, no. Like years ago, like a few years ago, after Terrifier 1 came out, and it was like I got an audition for one of those Hallmark Channel Christmas movies.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh God. And it wasn't even for one of the main roles. It was for this 5-line role. It was like this guy that's basically, when I looked at the whole thing, it's like, if this character's not in the movie, it has no impact whatsoever on the plot. It is just one of those cookie cutter, just like, type of movies. And I'm like, I can't. This is such a boring character. And I also realized I'll probably be the most famous person on that set too. I was like, that's kind of
crazy
weird.
Part.
It was just like, yeah. I was like, I just don't want to play those type of roles. And it's like, I don't only play those type of roles if I was desperate for money, I think.
Right.
If that sounds bad or anything. Like, now it feels like earlier on in my career, like when I was struggling back in New York City waiting tables, I would have probably jumped at the chance to play a role like that. But now that I'm more established, I'm like, no, I want to play the type of roles that I meant to play. I don't want to just play those, just average Joe type roles.
Do you think there will be a time when you're tired of playing like the big terrifying villain in movies and you're like, man, I would love to just be in a Hallmark movie?
I'd like to play Hot Frosty.
I hope not. I hope I don't get to that point. Because the villains are the more interesting and fun characters to play anyway. Like the villains are like sidekicks. more interesting. There's something more fun to those type of kids. Like, I like quirky characters. I don't like just playing just average, just, suburban dad type of roles. It's like,
I love the idea, though, of Art the Clown being in a Hallmark Christmas movie. I wish some of you had done it.
Oh, that would be fun.
It's funny because we have a friend of the show, Damian Maffei, who's been, a pretty right. He's been in really cool roles, really badass characters, and really badass movies. And he goes a different route, and he kind of wants to get away from it, and he wants to, do different types of roles. And I've always said to him, dude, I'll never understand that because you're such a fucking badass, man. Like you're in Haunt and all these cool movies. But it's really awesome to hear you embrace that and want that and love that. Because that's kind of the horror fan in all of us, Totally.
Well, that's the thing. It's like years ago, I was taking an acting class in New York City. It was like one of the bigger casting agents there was teaching it. And on the first day of the class, we did a monologue, and then she went around, monologue that we all picked out for ourselves. And then she went around the class, and she's like, I'm going to tell each of you what type you are. And these are the type of roles you need to be going for.
You're breaking up a little, David.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think you're good now.
Okay. But yeah, she was like, I'm going to go around and tell you what type you're right for. These are the type of roles you should be going out for. And a lot of you probably won't like what I say. Because she's like, it's an important thing for actors to know what you're right for. Don't go out for roles that just don't fit you. And just going around, it's the thing, it's like, you're probably not going to like that, but here it is. And I'm like, oh, bring it on. You are not leading man like Ryan Reynolds type of material or, Brad Pitt or anything like that. You are the character guy. I'm like, no, thank you. Good. No, that's happy. That's great. That's what I want. I don't want to be the Brad Pitt roles or the George Clooney roles or anything. I want to be the character guys. It's like those guys have the more fun roles, and those guys also have more longevity career-wise because you don't have you can age into more character roles and stuff like that. Like with like the more like romantic lead, you age out of those roles. And those roles are usually just very vanilla and not interesting. I'm like, yeah, no, this is great. Let's bring on the character role.
Yeah, you see actors like Hugh Grant was very upset about having to be an Oompa Loompa.
Bless his heart. I would have been, I was like, yeah. But I'm like,
yeah, he was apparently very upset about it. Look, he's aged out of those sleety man roles. What are you going to do? You got to take what you can get now.
Oh my God, I would have been ecstatic to be an Oompa Loompa.
A little too tall for that.
Yeah, just, do a little, digital work like they did. I'd be fine.
Speaking of really iconic roles, have you seen there has been some buzz on the internet? Obviously not in an official capacity, although you would know before us, I guess. Fans have cast you as the next Freddy Krueger. Have you seen this going around?
That's crazy. That's scary to me because, first of all, I mean, of course I would love to play Freddy. Oh my God, I would love to play Freddy. But at the same time, I would be absolutely terrified to play Freddy because nobody is going to do that role better than Robert E.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody. You're just not going to get anybody that's going to be better than Robert E. It's just everything's going to be pale in comparison. And, to me, I feel like I would have to do a version of Freddy that is more like Robert Englund's version because that's what you think of. Like we saw what happened with Jackie Earl Haley, who was a fantastic actor. He's such an amazing character actor. But his interpretation just didn't fit. It did not work for Freddy. It's like you have to have that charisma, that confidence that Robert had. Just can't go full serious mode.
Have you ever thought about that? Because that's interesting. The interpretation, you're right. I mean, Jackie Earl Haley kind of got slammed for it. And he kind of was in an unwinnable. You don't want to be the first guy to do something after someone iconic had a role. You kind of want to be that second or third guy to not catch as much hell. Have you ever thought about one day, like, oh man, it would be great to play Freddy Krueger? Like, how would you, even if you haven't thought about it off the top of your head, how would you put forth a Freddy Krueger performance? Like, what would that interpretation be to you? If you were to do
try
it?
to do it as much like Robert. That's just how you got to do it. That's what works. It's been proven to work. That's what the audience wants to see too. They want to see Freddy Krueger. It's like when I went to France and I was watching Looney Tunes cartoons and Bugs Bunny came on and you had no, Brooklyn art. And I was like, this doesn't feel right. I do not like it. And that's how I feel like it would be with Freddy Krueger. If you're not doing like a Robert Englund version of Freddy Krueger, it's going to feel wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but playing Freddy would give you a chance to speak.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun. But I have to memorize lines again, which sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a movie you didn't have to memorize lines for, Terrifier 3. You guys, I love how much you continue to just go balls to the wall, man. It truly is like these guys put up with my love for this franchise a lot, and I go on and on about it. You guys had the first Terrifier movie had $35,000 as a budget. Second one had $250,000 reported. You guys had $2 million for, something that I feel like gets brought up a lot, that you guys aren't indie anymore. And that kind of goes with that type of a budget. But there's something to be said of how you have to grow, right? I feel like that's very unfair to you guys, is why I bring it up. But I feel like you kept that camp and, you stood true to what you were, and you had $2 million to work with. How do you feel that affected the film?
Well, first of all, I want to say we aren't under the studio system. So that's why we're an independent film.
Right. True.
So, but yeah, having a bigger budget definitely helped out a lot. Right. It definitely gave us more room to play. Yeah, we had Christian Sinclair's thing here, and they really helped, flesh out things, because Damien didn't have to focus on doing the prosthetics himself anymore. And
right.
We are able to go bigger with the kills. We're able to really build some really cool things. That's where a lot of that money went to. That and just cameras. It's like a lot of that money didn't go to the actors and stuff like that, as most people think would. It's like, no, I would say the biggest chunk of that budget went to just making the movie possible.
Yeah, when I hear those budget numbers, I'm just sitting here thinking, geez, did David make any money off these movies? Maybe you should have taken that Hallmark movie.
No. I seem to make more of my money on the back end of things, doing like conventions and everything. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I was at a convention you were at this year, and you seemed to have a line at your table the entire weekend.
Yeah, it kind of works, I guess.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Yeah. But what is really weird was walking around seeing all the little kids that were dressed up as Art the Clown. Like, I don't know if that's appropriate or not.
It'll be a buzzkill.
It's not. It's like I noticed that this past weekend when I did an in costume photo thing at Scarecrows in New Jersey, Philly. I mean, outside of Philly in Levittown, and there were so many kids that came through. So many kids, and I'm like, and I'm dressed as Santa, and I'm like, this is weird. This is very weird, because I have my Santa chair and everything, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. All these kids, and they're all huge fans. I only had one kid cry, and I'm like, that's the right reaction. That's the appropriate reaction. But yeah, but it's so funny because it was a little baby. She started crying, but at the same time, she's holding my hand. But she'll look at me and cry and then hold my hand, like reach out to grab my hand to hold them. I'm like, this is such a mixed reaction we have going on here. I think that's just, it kind of mirrors how the public is. They're terrified of him, but at the same time, they want to hold on to him in a way. They love him that much. They're like, oh, we want you.
And it's the truth, man, because it's just Art the Clown, the performance you put forward, and it goes into everything about it. What Damien did, his vision for the character and all that stuff, the makeup department, like the whole team put forth a character that you can't look away from. Like, he looks so badass, he looks terrifying, but he looks so friendly at the same time. You know, there's so much character there. And I feel like that's the biggest part of Terrifier to me is Art the Clown as the character and what you guys have created in that crossover thing. Because, you know, kids are into it. Like we haven't seen, not to tie it back too much, but we haven't seen something like that really since Freddy Krueger. You know, something that's super gory, shouldn't watch, but everyone fell in love with them. And it's kind of okay.
Yeah.
The opening scene, there was a ton of blowback for that when, you know, the trailer came out and everyone freaked the fuck out. What was it like dealing with that internally? Was it a situation you guys were like, yes, we did it. That's exactly how you should react. And we got you.
Oh, yeah. It's just like, yeah, well, we wanted that kind of reaction. We want people to talk because, you know, controversy sells. But at the same time, there's this part of me going, are people just new to horror?
Right.
Because, you know, everyone's so up in arms about a kid dying in a horror film. I'm like, yeah, that's what most of these horror film premises, especially Skyhooker, are built on, is kids dying. Because people empathize with that. People don't want kids to die. You didn't care less about adults. You care more about kids. They die. And you look at, you know, you have Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, Friday the 13th, Halloween. All of those are centered around kids, from like little kids to like teenagers trying to survive.
I didn't understand it.
And sometimes kids die in them. That's the thing. You look at, you know, a Pet Cemetery. Not Pet, Pet Cemetery, but also Salem Block.
Yeah.
Most of the kids are killed off in that and they become vampires. It's like, yeah, this is it's a common horror trope. And that's why I thought it was so funny that people got up in arms about that. Even my father was like, I don't want to see it because a kid dies. I'm like, yeah.
Has this role made family get-togethers more awkward? Like, do you get a lot of side eye?
Oh yeah. But at the same time, like my step family, like the kids, like they're my, God, it seems weird, but they're my great nieces and nephews. But like my dad's great grandchildren, which is weird. But they think I'm freaking cool. Like, okay, I'll take it.
I'm going to sit at that table for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you know, they're like, you know, 10 years old, 8 years old. And they're like, yeah, that's so cool. We love Art the Clown. I'm like, have you seen my movies? I was like, you're too young to see these, but okay.
When they do watch them, are you going to get in trouble for that? Like, are you going to be personally blamed?
Yeah, probably. I get blamed for everything anyway. So that's nothing new. I'm used to that my whole entire life.
Yeah, when I went to see Terrifier 3 at the theater, there were a couple of, 15, 16-year-old kids on the phone to their dad telling them to come pick them up. And like in tears because the theater wouldn't let them in to see it. And I just remember thinking, you kids, you screwed up. If you'd asked me to buy your tickets, I just would have done it. Like, I don't care if you see the movie or not.
I know.
Or buy a ticket for something else. It's fine, you know. Just
that's what was happening. That's like what the Wild Robot or whatever that was called.
Oh, that's right.
Increase in ticket prices at the same time Terrifier came out because younger people were buying tickets to Wild Robot to go see Terrifier.
Yeah. I mean, look, you just got to do it old school sometimes, right? Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? Was there, you guys, this movie came out, it was unrated. Was there any talk, do you know, of like, maybe we shouldn't, I mean, you're not going to get this movie past the MPAA, but was there a talk of an R-rated version or something that was going to be rated that would be a little easier for people to see in theaters?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Absolutely not.
Awesome, man. Nope. Yes.
Absolutely not. That was the thing. Cause like, I mean, when we were like between 2 and 3, awesome money to them, but that was a big thing. They all wanted to water down Terrifier. And our version of the movie, or PG-13 version, but some of them even wanted to reboot the whole entire franchise. It's like, no, we can't do that. The fans expect a certain level. That means we're selling out.
I'm sorry. Did anyone actually say PG-13 like in discussions? Because that stuck out at me. Okay.
I don't think so, but they just wanted more like tone death. We just couldn't do that. That would be sacrificing the flavor.
I forgot about that. Damien did say that publicly. You know, that he turned down a lot of money from different places and he just refused to do it.
Exactly. And, I mean, we were about to just self-fund it when like Cineverse is like, hey, you know, because they put out part 2, they're like, hey, that's amount of money. It's not going to be as much as the studios can give you, but we'll give you this and you just do your thing like you did last time. And it worked.
Yeah.
Imagine it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think I read somewhere it's the highest unrated movie, like the highest grossing unrated movie of all time. You beat Beyonce.
Yeah, I know. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. But that's because we were allowed to do what we wanted to do. And I think they realized, we don't necessarily have to go by the MPAA. Mm-hmm. We can make our own movies and just do what we want to do. This is what audiences want. They like this type of film. And they're reaccepting. I've actually heard that from people in the know, and which I think is great. And we've even actually had some directors, I don't want to name names, but like prominent directors in the industry flat out thank us for this because now they have leverage to go to the studio and be like, look, this works. What I want to do works. It's been proven to work. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to, water down what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And you don't see that often. Like a lot of times you wait for the sellout moment, kind of, where it's, I can't remember the last time. I mean, maybe because they didn't, buy into all that and we didn't hear from them anymore. But I can't remember the last time a film, especially a franchise at that point, just said, no, we're betting on ourselves and we're not going to take the big money. And that's how that's a beautiful thing.
I love it. I love it. I think it's so cool because it's artists being allowed to be artists and they're doing it for the right reasons. They're not doing it out of greed. They're doing it because this is something they believe in. This is the product they want to put out there. They don't want to be told no. It's very punk rock and I love it.
100%.
It's like our franchise, the punk rock of the horror industry, right?
Yeah. Speaking of punk rock, you guys did something with Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah.
Man, we had Spencer Charnas on the show and we talked to him about the whole work of art thing and the video, the song. What was it like doing that? Because you were absolutely incredible in that thing. Like that performance, we talked about Art the Clown giving forth a better, quote, killer performance than a lot of movies in a damn music video. You hit so many notes. You were brutal, you were creepy, you were scary, and you were hilarious. What was it like working with those guys?
Oh, that was so much fun. That was like a childhood dream come true because I grew up with MTV. That was like a highlight of growing up in the 80s. There were these awesome music videos that you would see on TV. It's like two of my favorite videos really were Fat by Weird Al and Thriller. And because they were just so captivating, so much fun to watch. Anytime like Fat would come on, I would have my sister tell me. And she'd like, I would be playing with my friends and she'd like, Fat's on. And I'd go running back into the house so I could watch the video. Then I'd go back and play with my friends. I loved the video. I thought it was so cool. And so being able to actually make one of those type of videos myself, I was so thrilled to do it. I had so much fun with those guys because they put a lot of love into their work. And there's a lot of production value, but they don't skimp out. They want a full-on cinematic experience with their video. And I think Spencer's a good friend of mine. Still happy to finally work with him in that case.
Was it fun seeing all of the people at the, like, this is going to make me sound crazy too, but when you know that you're going to be Art the Clown and you see a crowd that big and they're like, go wild, are you like kind of excited? Are you like, this is going to be a lot of kills?
Here's the thing. It's like they didn't know this was going to be an Art the Clown video. So like when I walked out, they were totally surprised. they went nuts. It was like, they're like, oh my God. Because they just said there was a special guest in the video, but they didn't know who.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a fun experience. And just being able to work with all those, the fans like that was even more exciting. It was cool. I was like, I had fun watching all the mayhem.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I'm not someone who's typically into the rock genre, like just growing up my whole life. So, hearing rock song, like I hear them, so many things about them for the first time. Like that was a dope ass song. And they almost gave you a movie with it, especially the extended version. Like it was really cool what you guys did. Like you said, Ice Nine Kills, when they approach something, especially in tribute to a movie, as they've shown time and time again, they don't treat it like just a music video attached with a song. It's an entire production.
Yes.
And it was perfect for you guys. It was perfect timing for you, both of you guys. Ice Nine Kills is really on the up right now. You guys are blasting, and you did something great together that I kind of hope becomes a trend. Like it would be cool to see more movies do that.
Oh, I know. I miss the days of music videos like that. So I thought it was such a cool thing. And those guys, especially Spencer, are such benefactors. I think Spencer speaks more in movie quotes than he actually speaks himself. So it was. I mean, you could tell everybody was having fun, and that's what I loved about it. Like I love working on things where people are having fun, because that's the whole point of doing what we're doing. Like it doesn't feel like a job in that way. It's like we're just going out there and having fun and creating something cool, and hopefully people like it.
Yeah, I love it. That thing was awesome.
Yeah.
A couple of things that I wanted to bring up that I don't know how. Obviously, this question is not really much you can say, but Damien had said that. Right. Damien had said that Terrifier 4 is going to be the last one. And obviously, that's more of a question for him. But just your input, obviously, you're there's not a word big enough to describe how important you are to the franchise. Do you think that Terrifier 4 will be the last we see of Art the Clown?
Oh, no, I don't think so at all.
Nice.
I really don't think so. It's just like, I think this is more just going to be a conclusion to this one story arc. And he might give it a rest for a little bit, because I know he wants to work on some other things. But I mean, there's always possibilities that we could return to it one day, when he's got another story he wants to tell. But for this, I think it would be the conclusion of I would guess that you would say the Sienna arc.
Right.
So but I have no idea. But I have no doubt in my mind that Damien or he would just hand the reins to someone else. Like, here, go ahead and go.
That's been discussed. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask about that. And would you be interested in being involved in the project if Damien had handed the reins to someone else to let them do their thing with it?
Of course I would. Of course, it would have to have Damien's approval.
I was just going to ask, what if it's a hostile takeover? Like,
yeah. No, that would actually have. No, I would not do that unless Damien had approved of. That's the thing. Like, this is purely his creation.
Right.
This is his baby. He created this thing 100%. And I think even if he's not directly involved in directing it and writing it, he would at least have to have some kind of say, like, be as a producer or something like that. Have some like final, like kind of like, have final say in what happens there.
Yeah, absolutely. And hostile takeover is kind of funny, because imagine the balls on somebody to try and kidnap Art the Clown. That'd be some shit.
Oh my God.
But it's you guys are in a weird spot, because, Damien has talked many times about how he's envisioned this story for so long and what he's wanting to do and how passionate he is about that. But the character has outgrown in a way, like that. The name Terrifier, like Art the Clown, is so equal to that in name value. It's like, what do you do? Like, how do you put a character like that to rest?
I don't think you can. It's like how we keep on seeing Michael Myers pop up, and all the way to like all the Universal monsters.
Right.
Oh yeah. You mentioned Michael Myers. I was just wondering if you had any more Halloween hot takes for us.
Cat,
That was something you gave us last interview. I think we all really appreciated it.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah, all of us.
Rob still hears shit from you yelling at him about Halloween Ends. I had that question lined up. Did you rewatch it? Are you still in the same place?
It's still a great movie, right? We all agree on that.
No. It's just like I hope whoever brings Michael back again learns from those mistakes. So
we had another Halloween question to ask you because you're like our Halloween aficionado all of a sudden. What are your thoughts on Halloween Resurrection?
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Now this is a good answer. This is
we like where this is going.
That was just wow. That was just wow. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that, and that's for a very specific reason.
Damn it. We have a battle on this show about that quite often, and I really like that movie. Okay, so which is worse, though, Resurrection or Ends?
I would say story-wise, it's like just what they did, I would say Ends, because I just hated what they did with the character in that. It's just,
nice.
That was just bullcrap to me. I was just like, no, you don't do that. You had built up so much, and then you just...
Yeah, change your rankings, Rob.
No. I stand by what I said. It's the fourth best movie in the franchise.
Oh,
Fourth
my
best.
God, you're drunk, aren't you?
One last question for you, David. I think that about a lot about him, because sometimes he'll just say some shit, and I'm like, how much have you been drinking, man? What are we doing?
Oh, bless his heart.
Seriously.
Hey, I moved to the South. I know what that means now.
Oh, yeah. Bless your heart.
Another topic I don't know how much you'll be able to say about, but there was a uproar for a while, even started kind of internally from the Terrifier camp a little bit, about Terrifier going into Dead by Daylight. And there's been rumor after rumor, and all I see is how badly that Art the Clown is wanted in that game. Do you know anything that went on was there any discussions in that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know about any of that. I mean, I am so oblivious to any of that kind of stuff. I didn't know about the side scroller beat 'em up coming out until they showed me the trailer like 2 months ago. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. God, I didn't know about Call of Duty until like Damien told me like right before they announced it. I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. So I have no idea. There's so much merchandise that gets made that I don't even know about until people show up at the table with it in their hand. I'm like, oh, like today, I just learned that they have Art the Clown gummy worm. And I'm like, I had no idea. I'm like, this is crazy. It's all that has gotten way out of my control. So I have no idea what's going on that side of things. I just know every few months I get a little check in the mail for merchandise. And I'm like, woohoo! So,
in my head, I feel like, I guess I just pictured you had a big room full of nothing but Art the Clown stuff. Just action figures and whatever, you know?
But it's more like artwork and, fan-made stuff. Will bring me at the conventions. I bring my big suitcase. And people are always like, why do you bring a big suitcase to convention? And it's for that very reason, because I get so much stuff at every convention just from fans, things that people have made. Especially, I've gotten a lot of crochet work recently.
All right.
So it's kind of crazy.
That does remind me to ask one important question. What brand of trash bag does Art buy? Because he's got all kinds of stuff in there. And if I put more two things in one of mine, they fall apart. So that is the most unbelievable part of the movies to me. Like he's walking around with all sorts of killing instruments in this one trash bag.
Well, I do know that on set we actually use industrial strength bags. So yeah, because we've literally put a lot of crap into those things. Like they've gotten heavy at times and they hold up very well. But I like to say there would be Glad bags. I think that would just work so well with this Glad bag with the clown. But they're definitely industrial strength. So yeah.
Is the even though like obviously I'm sure, like I said, the Dead by Daylight thing's a question for Damien, obviously, but how would you feel about Art the Clown being portrayed in a game like Dead by Daylight, because they do go, especially them specifically, they go out of their way to have, any type of legitimacy and drag as much from the film in as possible. Is that something you'd be interested in working with them on, or, any gaming company would bring Art the Clown to something playable for fans?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm a huge gamer myself too, so I would love that. And especially Dead by Daylight, but I also really want Mortal Kombat. I really want art. They've had so many other horror icons. They just recently put Ghostface. Art needs to be in Mortal Kombat. Oh God.
So you are a Dead by Daylight player as well?
I don't play Dead by Daylight. I'm not a multiplayer person. I don't do multiplayer either. I'm single player all the way.
Good for you.
Right.
That's the way video games are meant to be played.
Yeah, it's just I don't have patience for getting my ass kicked by teenagers all the time.
And it happens.
It's really bad for the ego, especially if you're playing yourself in a game and some teenagers are like, they're like, oh God. Well, I touched the boom. Oh, it sucks. Like, I tried to do that way back in the day with Halo 3, and I would just get my ass handed to me constantly. And I'm like, I suck. I suck at multiplayer. I suck at it. I'm great at the single player. I suck at multiplayer.
Yeah, that would be some shit if you're playing Art the Clown in something. Somebody, kicks your ass, and you're like, what the hell is going on here?
That would suck so badly.
Put us in front of a camera, I will kill the shit out of you.
Yeah. It's like, last year when I was down in Kentucky for a convention, Gun Studios, the people that did the Texas Chainsaw game,
friends of the show. Yeah, love those guys.
Oh, they're fantastic. They invited us, all of us, to the convention to go to their studio and take a tour and actually play the game. And I got my ass handed to me by Elliot because he plays it all the time.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was humiliating. That was humiliating. I was like, that's not fair. That's not fair. You're supposed to be the one dying, not me. And maybe that's why he dies in part 3.
Confirmation? Question mark.
No, but he definitely kicked both Damien and I our asses in that game, and I'm like, yeah, maybe that's really why he died.
He's got to go. All right.
Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. Because I think Damien and I were both playing some of the killers. I was playing the Hitchhiker. It's like, and Damien was playing. I'm not Damien, but Elliot was playing one of the heroes, I guess, whatever, one of those characters, and he totally escaped. And it sucked.
Did he teabag you on the way out?
Oh, he might have. It was just a humiliating defeat.
I'm glad you brought them up, though. Shout out to Matt and Wes and everybody over there. They are a phenomenal company.
Oh, they're fantastic.
See, something like that, though, like the Terrifier world is perfect for something like that, or even single player. Oh, yeah. You can go either way with it. But, bringing that to life would be so much fun to be able to just kind of be Art the Clown for a little bit. The fun that must be.
That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. But David, thank you so much for your time, man. We appreciate the hell out of you for hopping on. We always have such a great time talking with you.
No problem. Sorry about the sound issues. I have no idea what's been up with that.
It's fine. We'll make it work. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
But do you want to let everybody know where they can get in touch with you? Do you want people to not bother you? What do you got going on? Screamboat out next month. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Screamboat's out next month. Of course, I'm doing a buttload of conventions. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook.
Nice.
Make sure it's a real profile, not with the fake.
Oh, yeah.
So many out there right now just pretending to be me, and they're scamming people out of money, and it makes me so mad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely make sure it's real. I feel like that should be on anything in social media nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks because I'm verified on both Instagram and Threads, but not on Facebook. And I've tried so many times and still won't verify me. I'm like, but I'm verified on your sister company. So I'm like,
just pick up the phone and call Instagram.
Yeah, but hello, McFly.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
and
so much.
A favor in Terrifier 4, be nicer to Sienna, okay?
I can't. I might slap her less.
Okay.
Well taken.
Yeah. That was all Damien's idea, by the way. That was the last minute thing that he added. We're in the state. He's like, everything's way too serious right now. We need something to make people laugh. David, just slap her in the head every time you go by.
That was hysterical. Shit like that, man.
It is very funny. There are a lot of little funny moments like that in this movie, and I love every one of them.
Yeah. I have to give Damien the credit for that one. I wish I had thought of that. I was like, that's brilliant. It's so simple, but so effective.
Especially Art finding out he ain't getting none. That was seriously though, man, the work you do, we just talked about Terrifier 3 recently. It's a hot topic on the show. And every time we bring up these movies, we just talk about your performance, and we mean that. You. So like your ability to bring a character that doesn't speak and give them so much is absolutely incredible. And just thanks for everything you do for the genre, man. You guys are incredible.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for letting me have the opportunity just to do it.
More than happy to have you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll be in touch though, man. Thank you for your time.
You take care, guys. All right.
You too.
Yeah. And I hope you have a happy new fear.
Yeah.
Top 5. We're gonna run through this like one at a time, or that's usually how we do it, right?
Well, yeah, we'll go
like
around.
one number at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Round robin. This some bitch. Okay. Who wants to go first? I can go first if you guys like.
Go ahead.
I think you should go last because you're going to have the most surprising list.
Yeah, you're going to have a ridiculous list.
I could be wrong.
Kat and I are going to be like in lockstep, probably. More or less, I think. All right. So, Kat, you want to go or you want me to?
I'll go.
Okay.
My number 5 spot, and I don't know if this is going to make Rob really happy or really angry with me, is Nosferatu.
Okay.
I just saw it. I actually just saw it earlier because I didn't want my number 6 movie to be in my top 5 list. And I had a pretty good idea that Nosferatu was going to unseat it. Oh, and I was correct. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I have a couple of like nitpicky complaints with Nosferatu, but it's so beautiful. It's such a gorgeous movie. And I had a lot of fun going. I'm glad I got to see it on the big screen. I wasn't able to go on Christmas, which is when I had planned to see it, but I got to see it today and I'm glad. Good movie. Good time.
All right. My number 5 is Alien Romulus.
Oh, shit.
That was my number 6.
All right. Yeah.
Not to spoil anything, but
I like the movie quite a bit. It brought horror back to the Alien franchise in a big way. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I did have some problems with it, all the fan service and everything I could have done without. But for the most part, I thought it was a solid film.
I liked it. I actually got to rewatch it this week, though. And that was kind of the thing that made me want to bump it from my top 5. Because I don't think it holds up real well on the rewatch.
Yeah, I could see that. I haven't rewatched it yet. And I know it's streaming somewhere, but I haven't taken the time to sit and rewatch it. I've been trying to cram in as many movies as I can.
Yeah.
Also, it should be worth noting, these lists are like living documents that constantly change.
Oh, yeah.
There are movies that I didn't get around to that I'm going to watch, so could end up switching things up. And overall,
there's a handful I haven't seen yet.
2024 has been a really disappointing year for movies for me. There are a few really great standout films that I've seen so far, but a lot of stuff that just didn't live up to my expectations or how excited I was for them.
And that was kind of the thing with me and Romulus, because like after rewatching it, I felt like there was a big quality dip between I feel that, I guess, between 3 and 4, but 4 and 5 felt like a pretty big jump in quality for me. And I was like, well, I'll find something that I like better if I can.
Yeah.
But I still kind of feel this.
My top 3 movies from this year could be all timers for me. There's a big dip, like you said, between 3 and 4.
It's rough.
Yeah. But Mikey, what do you got at 5?
All right. Number 5. I don't know if I got to sneeze. We'll see. Number 5, And this goes into kind of what Rob said. This year, especially how spoiled we've been the last few, it's really like this list came down to what I enjoyed the most. And number 5 for me is Stream.
Oh, okay.
I like this movie.
I didn't see Stream.
It was good. Also, I should say I have not seen Nosferatu yet.
Okay.
I mean, sick as shit. No way I was going to damn movie theater. So I don't know where that would go here. But dude, Stream had a fucking star-studded cast. David Howard Thornton, which we just spoke to. Tim Curry was in this. Dee Wallace, Tony Todd, rest in peace. Just an incredible cast on here. Granted, they didn't all have the biggest roles in the world, but still, it's nice to see Danielle Harris was in here as well. And I thought it was just a fun, solid horror movie.
Nice. And was Kane Hodder in it?
I don't think so.
He's usually one of the guys they bust out for these kind of movies. Whenever they get a bunch of people, they throw Kane in there.
Yeah, I know. And they usually give him a name like fucking Jason. Like, also, David Howard Thornton being in this, I honestly forgot, like going through this, it's one of those movies you don't really pay a ton of attention to. Also, this is a Fuzz on the Lens production, which is, heavy with Terrifier and all that stuff. So it was nice that I didn't know that before making this list. But it was nice to see solid, fun horror movie, man.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I remember when it came out, I wanted to see it. It was one of those things where it had a limited release here. And so like after the first 2 days it was in theaters, the only showing was at like 2 PM. And I never made it. And I kind of forgot about it, to be honest with you. It kind of fell off my radar.
It's a good movie, man.
Nice.
Who's up? I forget.
Cat.
I'm up. Number 4 is kind of my like wild card pick that I just decided I liked. I liked it. Oddity is my number 4. Okay. I thought it was very spooky, and I will say I'm kind of afraid I'm afraid it'll have the Romulus effect if I rewatch it, because I saw Oddity at a very dry point in the year. There had been a lot of things out already that I thought I was really going to like that will be absent from each list. I did not really like them. I was about to give up going to theaters, I think. And then I saw Oddity, and it had kind of that Terrifier like benefit where this is made on like no budget. It's one of those, it could very easily have been a straight to Shudder thing because it's a Shudder original movie, and seeing it in a theater was just like, it was very special. I like seeing the lower budget indie movies hit the big screen. Yeah. I had a great time at this, and I thought it was very spooky. I like that they paid little homages to Caveat, which was made by the same team. Yeah, I liked this one.
Yeah, Oddity was okay. It was a little overhyped for me by the time I didn't see it until it came to Shudder, and by that time I had heard nothing but people raving about how good it was. It didn't quite meet those expectations, but it was still good. I've got it at 7. My number 4 is Heretic.
Okay.
I liked this. This is a rare instance of me liking a movie much more than I thought I was going to. I honestly didn't think I was going to like this movie that much, but I found it to be a really well-made film. It's an extremely small cast, basically one location. I mean, you spend the entire time in the house. You move to a few different rooms throughout the house, but for the most part, you're just inside this one house and just in a few rooms. It's a very dialogue-driven movie, which I like. I found it interesting. I thought Hugh Grant was very good in it. The 2 young girls whose names I do not know because I'm old and I don't know young people's names anymore, but they were very good in it as well. Yeah, I was taken by surprise by Heretic. I thought it was very good.
All right, number 4. Well, let's go. Okay. I struggled here, and this is more a spot with appreciation than anything. And I almost put it at 5. I almost didn't have it on the list at all, to be honest. But it was hard for me to keep it off in its stop motion.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. The work that they did on it, like as a movie, it was good. Like it was a good movie. I'm not going to sit here and say it was bad. We talked about it semi-recently on the show. I forget the score that I gave it. It wasn't like a knock your balls off movie or nothing, but the amount of work on effects that they put in here, man, how do you not have it on this list somewhere? Yeah, it was stop motion.
It was good. What? I didn't hate it.
As a movie, yeah. But the effects were incredible. The effects, arguably, it's top 3 of the year, right? Arguably.
I think I have it listed as one of last year's movies. but that's my weird rules that I follow that everyone disagrees with me on, but I still maintain are correct.
Don't argue me on that shit.
So I don't know where it would fall this year.
It was in my top 10 for this year, Mikey. Like it wasn't crazy low or anything.
Yeah,
as a movie, that's where it should be. But I bumped it up on respect.
Yeah, I think I was pretty mean to it on the episode, and I probably didn't give it a very good score. But when I think back on stop motion, like I kind of remember, like, all right, it wasn't that bad. Of course, maybe that I have the benefit now of knowing what the rest of the year holds.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, like I said, as a movie, there was a lot to be desired. Had some dry spots, so we talked about it in depth. But dude, those effects, like the more I think about them, like they really stuck with me. And if you're going to stick with me that much, I mean, you did something right. Also, just for the record, you gave stop motion Rob a 4.8. I gave it a 6.5. I gave it a 6.3. Those are pretty mid scores.
Yeah, 4.8 feels about right.
My number 3 movie is Heretic.
Oh.
I saw the puzzle box in the trailer and I was like, I'm in regardless of what this is. And then everything I found out about it made me regret saying that out loud because I was like, now I have to go see it. And like Hugh Grant's in it. I don't know if Hugh Grant can act because I've only ever seen him in rom-coms where he's basically just him, and then I saw like the Mormon church was involved and I was like, oh man, I was like really dreading this one a little bit because I was worried that I was going to make a fool of myself, but it was really solid. I thought it was really gripping. Hugh Grant can act. I thought he was really good in this. People have been calling it Martyrs Light, which I think if Martyrs was a movie that was too extreme or uncomfortable for you, Heretic is a really good alternative. It gets into some of the religious cult-like themes in a way that I think is more introspective. And I thought it was really strong. I was a big fan.
Yeah, it's a pretty gripping film. Yeah, I did I liked it a lot. My number 3 is The Substance. And we've now reached the point to where like these movies have the possibility of being all-timers because The Substance is amazing. Demi Moore is incredible in it. Margaret Qualley's great in it. Dennis Quaid gives an off-the-wall, amazing performance. Very funny, very over-the-top, just out there. The entire movie is disgusting, though. And I don't like body horror films, but this one, I really enjoyed it all the way through. I did feel the runtime a little bit, but for the most part, it's a really, really good movie. And I was on board.
My number 3. And I don't know how popular of an opinion this is going to be, but my 3 is Late Night with the Devil. And I say this because as a movie, and this kind of goes into the stop motion thing, and even Stream, like, Stream wasn't like, if you're putting down and saying, okay, as a movie isn't in its entirety, where are we at and, how good was it? Stream wasn't the greatest movie in the world. It was just the most fun to watch. And I feel like it was the 5th most enjoyable movie from this year. As a movie in its entirety, Late Night with the Devil was really good. And it's my number 3 spot.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really like this movie. David Malkin gives a fantastic performance. It's really good that the way they created the set of like a late night 70s talk show it's spot on. Everything about it, I really liked. I had a few qualms with it. They broke sort of the premise of their show a little bit, which I didn't care for. And also I have it listed as a 2023 film, so it's not on my list. It played festivals last year, Mikey.
Rob, I'm sick, man. I'm here.
I have rules. I have rules. I don't know. Kat didn't like the AI.
Yeah,
I understand, but as a movie, I mean, it's
a really good film.
I'm throwing it out here just because the last time we talked about Late Night with the Devil, I had not seen it. I ended up watching it, and this might just be because I had put off, because of the AI thing, I had put off watching it for so long that it was like very incredibly hyped. I saw it after it won like 8 Chainsaw Awards and people had been talking about it for just like months on end, raving. I was not super impressed with the movie as a whole. And it made me kind of regret that I went back on my declaration to never watch Late Night with the Devil. I think it was okay.
Sure.
But yeah, the premise breaking of the show was something that really got to me. And I feel like it had a couple pacing issues. Not like tremendous. It's not the worst paced movie I've watched this year. That's for sure. But it was not my favorite.
The only knock I had on it was them breaking the premise of the show or the movie and going backstage, which they should not have done.
No.
Other than that, though, I thought it was an excellent movie. So yeah, I appreciate you putting it on your list, Mikey. It wasn't eligible for mine.
Well, you listed wrong then.
Yeah, it's 2023. Nothing I can do about it.
Who's next?
I'm going with my number 2 movie of the year. This one, it hurts to say. It hurts to say it because I've made a lot of bold declarations this year. They did not all pan out. For about a month, this was my movie of the year, and it is Longlegs. I love this movie so much, and I came out of the theater and I was like, nothing is ever going to unseat Longlegs. Again, we were having a really dry spell in horror. I had been I was pleased with Oddity, right? But like, this is a solidly good, like Rob said, my top few movies are not just like top movies of the year. These are going to be top movies of all time. Like, I love these. I love Longlegs so much. The performances were great. The cinematography is just something else in this. I liked the score. I usually don't like this entire subgenre of movie much. Like, I find it very dry, and it's not like this was exceptional in it. Like, it's not like it was faster paced, I guess, than the average sort of procedural horror, I guess you would call it. But it was a lot more unsettling. I thought it was a lot scarier. And in that respect, it really worked for me.
Yeah. My number 2 is also Longlegs, and the movie's just a fucking vibe. Like, it's so good. And
it's so good.
It was my number 1 when did it come out? June or July?
Yeah.
Up until this week. So I really love this movie. I bought a ticket for the 7:00 showing opening night, walked out and immediately bought a ticket for the next showing at like 9:15 or whatever it was to see it again. I really, really love this movie. And I like Kat, I'm surprised that I finished the year with that not in my number 1 spot.
I haven't seen Longlegs, Chad. I honestly forgot that movie existed.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I completely fucking forgot about it, to be honest with you. Again, that was one of those movies that I just went to, I meant to get back to, and I didn't. So that's kind of on me. I completely forgot about it, though. And plus, Nick Cage is in there, so, the whole puppet thing. You guys know how I feel about that.
Hey.
All right. Anyway, my number 2, right? We're on number 2. My number 2, Robert, is Alien Romulus.
That's number 2?
And number 2.
Okay.
And I say that because I appreciate when you have a franchise movie, especially something like Romulus, like we're talking the big ones, like we're just talking Halloween 2018 and all that stuff. Like, you have a lot on the line, and it's not the easiest thing to navigate. So, and also they are judged more harshly than just, any other movie. So I feel like if they're going to be judged at a harsher scale, if they get it right, they should also be complimented also on a little bit more raised of a scale. And dude, Alien Romulus was good. Yeah, there was some fan service in there, sure. But in the horror genre, unfortunately, that's kind of the way things are going. Like Halloween Kills. Do you think that was the start of it? Like where it started to become too much?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's hard to track. Yeah.
I'm having trouble thinking of something earlier than that. Because I do think there is fan service stuff in Halloween 2018, but I think they did it right. Like, it's very subtle.
Right. Right.
Yeah. By the time they got to Halloween Kills, it was just right there in your face. So yeah, I would off the top of my head say yeah, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but we've seen it Scream 6, like Jesus Christ, they had literally a fucking museum.
Right.
They had the fan service museum in Scream 6. And like we've seen it throughout. Texas Chainsaw. What was it? I forget what massacre it was to piss Greg off. But yeah, the newest Texas Chainsaw, like they brought a character back who wasn't even the original actress, and just for the letter laying garbage. Like, it's gotten ridiculous, and it's here as well. I don't feel like it's as egregious as some movies. At least some of it had a point, like some of it was just also for no reason. Anyway, like the movie as a whole. Like, dude, they got back to that dark, eerie feel of Alien, and we haven't really seen that. You know, like, yeah, there's been good Alien movies. I'm not saying there hasn't been, but I'm saying that dark horror movie vibe to Alien. And they were able to achieve that here. The performances were great. And the only thing, like, that this was a tough one for my number one spot, because I really like Romulus, but it went on a little too long. I said that when we discussed it on our episode about Alien Romulus, and that was kind of a drawback for me, but it was a really good movie.
I also felt it on the rewatch. Like, the rewatch kind of killed some of my excitement about Romulus. But you're right. Like, they take it back to the horror.
They do.
And up until today, it was my fifth. Like, it's a good, solid. It's good.
I liked it a lot. And they also did a good job. I mean, it doesn't say anything about the movie, but, you know, they had the buckets and then they had the things in Manhattan with like face huggers on people. Like, it was, they made it feel like an event. And that's what an Alien movie should be. Alien coming back, it should be a big fucking deal. Mm-hmm. And they just, I feel like they matched the hype, man. Like, I feel like it was a really good movie.
It is a very good film. I mean, I had it 5. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not nothing. I mean, it was on my list. I wouldn't even on Cat's list. Yell at her.
It wasn't on my list.
Yeah, Cat.
I went out of my way to make sure it was not on my list because I was irritated watching it again this week. But in my defense, there were a lot of movies, and I think we're close enough to the end of this that I can talk about them safely. There were a bunch of movies that were like in my top 10 that I thought about just replacing Romulus with because I was so agitated about it this week. But I was honest enough about the list that I didn't, because some of them were just like not great.
Well, so,
you know, like Stop Motion We Respect. Graveyard Shark was on my list because I got a lot of enjoyment out of watching Graveyard Shark. Right. Infested was on my list.
I didn't
that
see
made my
Infested.
Skin kind of crawl in a way that movies usually don't do. And I was like, maybe it should be in my top 5 just for that. But I didn't, because like objectively, I know that Romulus is a like better horror movie than stuff from my top 10, you know?
Yeah, I was speaking of what a sort of down year I feel it's been. I did, before we did this, I was on Greg's Live and we did our top 10 of the year.
Oh, okay.
And there are things in my top 10 that I'm just like, how was that? Like, if you asked me, just without me looking, is this in your top 10? The answer would have been no. But it's been such a disappointing year that, I mean, A Quiet Place Day 1 was in my top 10.
My 10th spot, this is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. My 10th spot is Tarot. It never got out of the top 10. And that is just bleak.
Yeah. Yeah. There were just some movies that, you know,
I've got that French shark movie on.
Under Paris. Yeah. Sting was my number 10. And I actually kind of like Sting. It was kind of fun. But it's not something Maxine was in my top 10. Like, these are not movies that I would have thought would have made my top 10.
Maxine was number 9, but I was looking up horror movies that came out this year. I had forgotten about Maxine, which is rough because I loved X, top 5 horror movies of all time. Like, I loved X. I loved Pearl. I was coming into this like Maxine is going to be my movie for the fucking year. And it's like, I'm looking at it like not at 9 and it's like, really? Like, it made it that high?
I know this a lot of movies, and it's not even just horror movies. This year for me, movies haven't been. They've all been a big letdown. Like even like really hyped movies. Like I finally watched Nora because everybody was telling me it was like the greatest thing ever. That movie's terrible.
It's bad.
Like it's not a good movie. But yeah, it seems like it's been a really off year for films all the way around.
I kind of liked Wicked, and it was. But then I was like, it gave me an existential crisis because I went in kind of expecting to hate watch it, right? And I'm watching it and it's like, this is pretty good. And then later it was like, is Wicked a good movie or have I not seen any other like good non-horror movies this year? Like I went to a handful of them and they all were bad.
Yeah, I mean, some of my list will change of movies overall when the Oscar nominations come out like mid-January, because I'll try and watch all the Best Picture nominees. And usually there's like 1 or 2. Sometimes I haven't even heard of them. And I'm like, oh shit, that was really good. But, and sometimes it forces me. I do that because it forces me to watch movies that I wouldn't normally watch that are generally considered good movies.
I'm hoping for that because, man.
I usually find a few gems, but really the only movie that's not horror that I really liked so far this year is Saturday Night. And it
I
was
didn't watch Saturday Night.
it's
So.
good. I like Jason Reitman a lot, so I checked it out and I liked it quite a bit. But yeah, my top 5 is all horror movies.
I believe it. This year was rough.
It's been a weird year.
And it's really weird, especially with the horror movies. Like we're talking about this list. My top 3 are all some of my favorite horror movies. Like the ones that we got were so good, but it still feels like a really bad year for movies.
Right. Yeah.
You're ready for my number 1, huh? Or where are we at?
Or Cat.
My number 1.
My bad. Sorry.
Speaking of like favorite movies of all time, my number 1 movie was The Substance. I love this movie so much. I loved the performances. I loved the story. It's so weird to talk about this because it's like one of the grossest, like most visceral movie. Like I had a very emotional reaction to this. I've made a couple people queasy by making them watch this.
Yeah,
it's not
so
for
gross.
the faint of heart. I will say my poor mom and my poor boyfriend both saw this in a theater this year, and I have no regrets because I got to see it in the theater 2 extra times. Like I really loved this one. It hit me so hard, but it also, for all of the griminess and all of the emotion and stuff, it has this very fairy tale-esque quality. You know, like it just has this very grand sense of proportion, and it's fun. And like, it's got a little bit of everything. I really loved it. I'm already a fan of Coralie Farge, the director. So I was expecting this to be a little bit more serious, I guess, than it was, but I wasn't disappointed. This might be my favorite of her movies that she's done. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You mad about it?
No, not mad about it at all. It's a very good movie. I had it at number 3.
so good.
And it is one of the, without a doubt, one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very gross.
Worth it, though. And fun.
Yes. And fun. Is it my number 1?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is that where we're at? My number 1 is Nosferatu. I thought this movie was beautiful. I thought it was extremely well acted. There is one thing about it that will make Mikey mad and not like it. And it is my only complaint about the movie, and that is the appearance of Count Orlok. I have no idea what the fuck they were thinking.
It's such a big deal.
I'll tell you what they were thinking is they were thinking that it was, this is not, here's like my legal disclaimer so that Robert Eggers doesn't get at me, but it was based off of the book Dracula. It's a lot more book accurate than a lot of the Dracula adaptations, even though it's technically supposed to be based off of the movie Nosferatu. Right. And this is the most book accurate description of Dracula that there's been, but there's a reason why the movies have never used this appearance. Right. Like, I was shocked to see that.
It's really, I don't like it.
It's distracting.
All it made me think of, and I tweeted this out. Mikey, do you play Mike Tyson's Punch Out ever?
Of course.
There's a character in Mike Tyson's Punch Out, one of the other boxers. His name is Soda Popinski. That is what Count Orlok looks like in this movie. He looks just
God damn.
Soda Popinski. It is so distracting.
I'm looking him up.
His performance, Skarsgård's performance as Orlok isn't bad. It just looked stupid. Like it doesn't look like Count Orlok. And it would have been. God.
It looks just like him.
It looks just like Soda Popinski. He stole it. He stole the look. That's what it was. It wasn't Dracula. It was that. He's a big Punch-Out fan. It looks so stupid. And I don't know why they didn't do it, because Orlok has such a distinct look and such a cool look. Like he looks kind of like almost like a rat, you know? And so it was funny leading up to this movie. A lot of people were like, oh, they haven't shown us what he looked like. I bet it's going to look so cool. I can't wait to see it. No, they didn't show us what it looks like because it looks fucking stupid.
I laughed so hard. And then I felt bad because it's like, I could tell there. For the most part, when I laughed, other people laughed. There were a couple instances, but there's like one guy sitting in front of me that's like very clearly into this whole movie and spook. And I felt so bad for him because everyone else in the theater is just very giggly. But every time they show the Count Orlok, it's like you just kind of have to laugh about it.
It looks ridiculous. I don't like it at all. But the performance is good. I didn't mind that. Although he's doing like a voice, and then they put like an effect on that voice. And a couple of times I had trouble understanding him, but I didn't even mind that. I was like, whatever, just, you know, however many year old vampire, his vocal cords aren't great, whatever. I can get past that. It's fine. But the movie itself is absolutely gorgeous. The performances are all really good. Even what's her name? Lily Rose Depp. Is that her name? Johnny Depp's kid. She's great in it. I like the score a lot. Nosferatu is a great story, and it stays, fairly close to the story. And it's just this great sweeping, big budget gothic horror movie that is just so great to see in theaters doing well. I love the way that Robert Eggers played with sort of the color palette of the film a lot.
Yeah.
There's one scene that starts out and it's not like really bright, but it's kind of colorful. And as things get more ominous, that color starts to kind of drain out of the frame a little bit. And it's such a little subtle thing, but it's so, it looked great. And it sends, it telegraphs that tone, or it sends that tone. I was blown away by how good this movie was.
Mr. Cat's boyfriend and I were talking about one of the things that he was most impressed with was the transitions. The way that they have the camera staged and the way that they have the actors framed, there is this very dreamlike floating quality through a lot of the transition scenes. And the cinematography work on this is just gorgeous. And the lighting is incredible. It really is. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. I do have one other nitpicky thing with it. Mm-hmm. You mentioned the performances, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter that have been talking nonstop about the performances. I want to preface this by saying I don't think any individual performance is bad, but I do feel like they were all making a different movie. Like Lily Rose Depp has this very Shakespearean stage presence, right? Where she's got a lot of big motions and is yelling a lot of her lines and stuff. And then Nick Holt, who I didn't think of as a subtle actor, is playing a much more grounded version of his character than anyone else seems to be playing of theirs. We have some more subtle performances, and then Willem Dafoe is just himself in a wig. And then we have this very larger than life edited voice Skarsgård in the back. And it just it felt like everyone just was doing what they wanted to do regardless of everyone else in the scene, except for when, I will say, Orlok and Lily Rose Depp, they had really good on-screen chemistry in a way that I didn't feel like any other pairing of cast member had. And it made it less immersive for me, which was unfortunate because it's gorgeous. And I was sold on the story. I really like that they went bolder with some of it. They knew what to enhance and adapt. And I love that they got 5,000 live rat actors. Thing. All of the effects are very practical. I read somewhere, I don't know how true it is, that all of the lighting was done period accurately.
That sounds very Robert Eggers.
Yeah. So I was blown away by the ambition behind this movie. I think they did a great job for the most part.
I was stunned. I absolutely love the movie. I will tell you who did not love the movie. I saw it Christmas night. The groups of teenagers that were in the theater that got up and walked out about halfway through. Oh. I don't think they were prepared for a gothic horror movie. I think they thought they were seeing, The Conjuring with vampires or something.
That's their fault, though, man.
I heard somebody, one of them sitting near me, one of the girls was saying she didn't like scary movies. And so somebody's like, "Oh, you're not ready for this." And I was like, I don't know. It's going to be that kind of movie.
It's fucking TikTok era, man. Take the time to look up. You just see, Nosferatu, and it's on the scariest movie from Rotten Tomato list ever. It's dude, take the time to look at what the fuck you're looking at, please. Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised they let teenagers. I'm surprised it wasn't another Terrifier 3 situation where they're hey.
Yeah, it was pretty funny to watch people leave, but I was really into it. There were other people around me because Christmas is the number of people who said to me this year, I didn't know movie theaters were open on Christmas, is kind of blown my mind because I always thought that was something everybody knew. I know people, I had a friend of mine in high school, his family, they would go to the movies together every Christmas. Because, what do? You do Christmas morning, then you kind of got all day, Yeah. And I've gone to the movies a lot and it's always really packed. And it was really packed for Nosferatu. And most of the people in the theater were there and they were into it. But yeah, there were pockets of young people who I saw get up and leave and never come back.
You should have blasted them a fart on the way out, Rob. Is what you should have did. Giving them one for the road.
I feel really bad for giggling so much. Like, if I go to see a dumb movie and I laugh during it, I don't feel that bad. But like, I did every time Count Orlok was on.
Oh, yeah,
I was giggling, and then I felt really terrible because like the first time I was not the only one giggling, but a couple times it was just me, and it's like, oh no.
When I was putting my list together, I was like, do I put this above Long? Like I love Long Legs, but I think this is a better movie than Long Legs. But I was like, that Orlok looks so stupid. Can I possibly put that above Long Legs?
Right.
Ultimately, I decided that, yeah, I was going to go with the better movie, but it looks so dumb. And I don't understand. I mean, I do, but I'm just like, how could you look at that and think this is what we're going with? You know what I mean? Like, you see it. Hey, like, it's mind blowing.
I do really appreciate their decision, though, not to make him like conventionally attractive in a movie with the very like over the top sexual themes. I feel like that would have been an easy way to go. And they were just like, no,
that's
how silly can we make him look?
I wondered how many of those teenagers thought they were seeing like Twilight or something. But yeah, it was a weird choice. Just a really strange choice, especially, like I said, it's such an iconic look. You know, everybody knows what Count Orlok looks like. I was just really disappointed.
I do want to retract a statement that I made. Like a couple weeks ago, I complained at the comparison between the Nosferatu and Longlegs marketing. And I said that I felt it was very different that they were hiding Count Orlok's look because we know what Count Orlok looks like. And at the time, I really did not know what this Count Orlok was going to look like. I was wrong.
I was not expecting Soda Popinski to pop onto the movie screen, but there he was.
So I will retract that.
I just sent you guys something on Twitter.
Oh my God.
You'd be interested in. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I said I wanted to go to Nick Holt's house. I didn't actually want to see this thing.
Well, you said I've helped you out. And here we are.
Here we are again, where I thought I knew what it looked like.
On Twitter, Nicholas Holt has a picture of Count Orlok's framed penis prosthetic. On Twitter for the world to see. It really is framed. It really is in his house. What bullshit. And it looks like it's in his office. Imagine discussing business over that thing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Nosferatu. Hopefully, can get out there sooner than later.
Just know Orlok looks dumb.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Man. Like you got to. There's certain things you got to nail. Yes. You know, like the look. You kind of got to nail. What the hell are you doing? All right. So this is my number one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. My number one horror movie for 2024, as mentioned earlier. Kind of a disappointing year. So this is very much movies I enjoyed throughout this year and, mixed in there with technical aspects as well, obviously. But, for the most part, this is the movie that I enjoyed the most in 2024 and it's Terrifier. That's right. I said it. I did it. Here we are.
Mikey didn't take this seriously. That's the problem.
Well, I'm not surprised he didn't watch any of the best movies of the year. He forgot about Longlegs. He hasn't seen Heretic. I don't know what his deal was with The Substance. He hasn't seen Nosferatu yet.
I've seen The Substance. I didn't think it was great.
You didn't like The Substance, really?
It was good. It wasn't top five. It wasn't going to make my top five.
Wait, but streamed it?
Terrifier 3.
It was fun, man. Absolutely Terrifier 3. And look, the top reason that Terrifier 3 is at the top of this list, number one reason, is because Terrifier has a thing where it feels like a horror movie. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it gives me Nightmare on Elm Street vibes. It gives me that feeling when I was young and sitting in my grandmother's living room and watching a Nightmare on Elm Street VHS. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But it gives me that. And a lot of that has to do with David Howard Thornton. A lot of that has to do with just, the whole Terrifier crew and what they've created. And we talked about it with Terrifier 3. We just discussed the movie recently. And I like that, man. I like the unpredictability. I like how wacky it is. I like how the gore, the outrageous kills. And to me, that's kind of what horror is, and you get a really cool villain doing it that you enjoy watching on screen. You get a lot of them. And that was the number one reason. Like, you can mention kills, you can mention Sienna, like all that stuff is great. But that's really why. Like, this felt like a horror movie and like a nostalgic thing. And it's a new movie, you know, a new franchise, new character, like all of it's new. And it still has that ability to take me back. And that's why it's number one.
I will say it does have, this was not a category that we talked about beforehand, but I've seen a lot of people with their top movies of the year list posting like their favorite kill of the year. Terrifier 3 does have that for me. So
it has awesome kills.
It has awesome kill, at least.
I thought there were a bunch of them in here, man. And, you know, like David Howard Thornton had, I mean, just the performance he put forward. We talked about all this already. But that I like that, you know, like I like being able to see my villain a lot. I was a huge Nightmare fan for so long. And like you see a lot of Freddy as Freddy talked, and you were able to do that with a character like that. And you see a lot of Art the Clown in these movies also.
Mikey, you see a lot of Monstro Eliza Sue, and I noticed that the substance was not your top 5.
Yeah, but I also enjoyed watching Art the Clown a lot more. Yeah, man. You guys know I like the Terrifying movies a lot. They hit a chord for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm not surprised it was your number one. You know, like I said, it's a good movie. It's a fine movie. It's the best of the franchise. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with 4. You know, I'm actually kind of optimistic for 4. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, we're gonna all sit and watch it regardless.
Absolutely.
And something that Bloody Disgusting will be thrilled to ignore is David Howard Thornton pretty much confirmed that, I mean, he can't confirm, but I mean, he was very, very optimistic about it, that we will be seeing more Art the Clown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of a big deal.
Don't you guys love when I pitch stuff on the show? I think Damien should let me write the script for the next Terror installment that comes after 4. It will not follow Art the Clown. It will follow the alien dude from All Hallows Eve. Thank you. That's my pitch.
It would follow the what?
The alien dude from All Hallows Eve.
Oh, God. I like All Hallows Eve a lot. And that alien thing was the worst part of that whole anthology.
Some might argue you like All Hallows Eve too much.
I like it. Yeah, it was good, man. I enjoyed All Hallows Eve a lot.
That is not a good movie.
You're ridiculous. All right. That's our top 5 from 2024. And I don't know, like usually we'll get a lineup. Like there was a Jordan Peele thing we were supposed to get this year. We got to keep in mind too that the writer and actor strike really threw a lot of shit all over the place this year.
Yeah. But looking ahead to next year, there's not really a lot that I'm excited about.
I was just going to say next year doesn't have the biggest lineup either.
Soxy. Yeah. We can try again to get the Soxy people.
Yeah, Soxy, and what else do we have coming out next year? Is that I Know What You Did Last Summer remake coming out next year?
We don't have to talk about that one.
I don't know. Scream 7, maybe? Is that next year?
I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, I obviously Jordan Peele. If that movie's coming out next year, I'm in on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, Soxy nowhere near as fun as saying a socks. Like, I mean, it's just unfortunate. But yeah, that's what I was getting to. Is that next year, as of right now, or this year, as of right now, like the lineup doesn't look super crazy. Is Terrifier 4 probably won't be dropping this year? Who knows?
Wouldn't think so. That feels real quick, but
hope it doesn't.
Yeah. But you know, I honestly though, that is kind of not having a lot of big anticipated releases actually gives me a little hope for the year, because we'll get some little movies that sneak out that are really good that people just aren't talking much about.
Also, Friday the 13th. Is this the year?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't even know if we're getting the TV show. Like we were supposed to have the TV show already. So.
Right. But fuck, here comes the sneeze. I went this whole episode. No, I muted a couple times. These sneezes, by the way, are the worst. Because like just fucking come out. You know, like if you're going to come out, like just come out and get it over with. Instead, I got to sit here and bullshit and wait for a sneeze that may or may not ever come out. God damn it. I don't know. God, fuck.
There you go.
There we go. I got to shear down a sneeze. Jesus.
This year, we're getting Screamboat Willie.
Oh.
And is that Popeye movie coming out?
I don't know.
Popeye the Slayer, man? That looks cool.
Rob, I would like to make a formal petition on the show. I almost forgot about it. It's not for you. It's for the Secret Council. for the slashies. Those will be coming up soon. I know that we usually only get to hear like the final winner of the awards, like the specialty awards. I would like to nominate the recruiter from Squid Game for the Emma Roberts Award. He has some of the craziest man eyes I've ever seen.
I mean, I'm not familiar with the recruiter, but I can look into it.
Okay. He's the dad from Train to Busan. And I always thought of him as like a fairly normal looking, handsome man. He came back for Squid Game season 2 with the craziest size. I don't know what's happened to him the last couple of years.
Okay. I'll look into it. I haven't watched Squid Game. I didn't even finish season 1. I didn't think it was that great. Everybody was really into it, but I didn't care for it that much. And TV shows, I'm very quickly to dump out of if I'm not into them.
I am the same way. Season 2 was not as good as season 1, but that was a standout moment for me.
Okay. I'll see if I can find it.
Return with Grace.
Yeah. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I feel like the Emma Roberts Award is already locked up, but I'll take a look.
All right. I mean, it's got at least one strong contender this year.
Also, on Cameo, if you guys remember, Sean Cunningham had next year scheduled for Friday the 13th. That was in 2022. I mean, I don't know, man. It's really tricky with that. We've been seeing the ball rolling in other aspects that are not films. Maybe there is something being worked on in the background of things, and it's being kept as quiet as possible. I don't know if that's even possible to do nowadays, but who knows? Maybe it's being done. Also worth mentioning, Tom Matthews not returning my emails, which is very strange of him.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying.
I feel like it's not unusual for people to not like you and not want to return your emails.
Right, but when someone who normally does stops doing it is, a little eyebrow right,
Sean Cunningham, if you give me the rights to Friday the 13th, I will follow the little alien too. I want to see you.
All right. A lot of stuff to look forward to, a lot of question marks for this year, and we will see what it unfolds. But that is the top 5, our top 5 from 2024.
All right.
Thank you very much again to David Howard Thornton for hopping on with us. That was a great conversation. Always a
pleasure to have him on the podcast.
Always a lot of fun. We should talk about the slashies though. When do we have blocked out for that?
Mid-January, I thought.
Didn't we pick some dates for that at some point?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just don't know when they're coming up, but we should probably start working on that.
Yeah, we need to get the ball rolling on that big time. Hopefully I'm alive.
I'll make a spreadsheet.
Yeah, Rob will make the spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet made already, you fuck.
I'll fix it.
Yeah. All right. Patreon.com/radio. Tiers starting as low as $3 a month. Please go support the show. You can follow us on Blue Sky, Twitter, Facebook. No, not Facebook. What the fuck? I am out of it. You can follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, TikTok, @/radio. Give us a subscribe, a follow on all those things. And I'm at Mikey's Dad on Twitter if you want to give me a follow. If not, that's fine. I'm okay with it. Rob, what about you?
Sure. Mike, here promoting social media accounts we don't have.
Yes.
You can find me on Blue Sky, Radio Rob 123. You can listen to the other show that Kat and I do together, the Nick fucking Woo Cage Cast. That's Nick effing Woo Cage Cast in your podcast players. We did not do an episode last week because our normal record day fell on Christmas. And we briefly tried to find an alternate and then just said, fuck it. So we will be back hopefully this week with an episode on a movie that has a really generic title that I'm struggling to remember.
Outcast, I think.
Outcast. That is correct. Yes, we'll be watching the film Outcast.
Nice. Yeah, I was actually just about to say with, everything going on, I was a week behind, but apparently I'm not on the Nick Cage.
No, we
were talking shit.
No, yeah,
right.
We'll talk shit next week, Mike.
Yeah. We were like, our record day is Christmas, and that doesn't really work for me. And then it did not work for Kat. And then we tried to figure out some different days, but eventually we were like, you know what? Fuck it. It's the holidays. We can take a week off.
Absolutely. All right. Kat, where are they finding you?
You can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Velour, CATVOLEUR. You can check out my website, catvelour.com.
Hell of a deal. All right, guys, we will be back next week. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.